Good evening, H-Town, and welcome to another unapologetic, no-holds-barred episode of The Midnight Mike. I'm Marlo, and joining me is the one and only Miss Nene Peeks. Tonight, we're diving deep into a conversation that is sure to stir some strong reactions. Sex work, the women who run the night, and the women who are hustling in the corporate world. We'll be talking about the truth behind both worlds and asking if society's judgment is justified, or if we're simply holding women to impossible standards.
That's correct, Marlo. Tonight, nothing is off limits. We're talking about the women who choose to work in the sex industry, why they do it, and whether or not society's stigma against them is fair. And we'll also be questioning if career women are truly in a better position. Are they more respected, or are they just playing into a system that doesn't value women the same way? You're not going to want to miss this episode tonight of the Midnight Mike.
Let's kick things off. First up, we have two women who are no strangers to the adult entertainment industry. Can I have Miss Candace introduce herself, please?
Hello, my name is Candace. I'm currently a dancer at the Lady Dallas Club.
Introducing Malaysia.
Yeah, my name's Malaysia. I'm 22. I'm a stripper. And yeah.
Right. And at Midnight Mike has a couple of new guests. We have one of the Magic Mike fellows that's here. Will you care to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I go by the name of Paul Ryan, aka Captain Paul.
I am director Candy Vicious Jones.
Right. Care to tell us where you work?
I work at a Houston Medical Hospital.
Right. And you are, sir?
I am Twan Gray. I'm one of the owners of VU.
Right.
Let's get into your roles in the sex industry. Now, Candy, you are, and I'm talking to Candace, just to be specific. You are also an attorney in the city as well. So you have a double life. Now, tell me about that. How does that balance with you being an active stripper and you also working in another field as well?
I also work in the medical field. The balance at first it was kind of rocky. I did take a break, but I feel like I kind of got rid of some distractions, and I feel like I'm able to focus this time around.
Okay. Now, being as though you do work in two other fields aside from stripping, is there any particular reason that you've chosen to stay in the field of stripping as opposed to leaving and pursuing your other activities in the city?
Well, I feel like with me working at the club, I'm in a high position. So it's more than just dancing. It's directing, it's leading, it's fellowshipping for that matter. So a lot of people just look at it as, okay, yeah, she's just shaking ass. But you're building bonds, you're building relationships, building rapport against, amongst other people that do the same thing that you do.
Okay. Now, Candy, being as though that you also are in the medical, hearing Candace speak on her lifestyle, is there any like apprehensions that you have to someone that would want to also be a stripper while working in the medical field?
Time constraints, that's always a big thing, right? I can imagine in that industry, it's very, I can consume a lot of time as well as in the medical industry, which can consume a lot of time, and having to always make that decision sometimes between the two of them and being able to juggle them, I can imagine can be sometimes strenuous. Of course, I'm going to be partial because I'm in the medical field. So, I would always assume that, going medical and, the career opportunities and stuff that it affords to you, and you're doing all of the same things that she is doing at the strip club, directing, leading, fellowshipping. You still get that over in the medical field as well. But again, they both have a lot of time constraints, and having them both together, I don't know. That's the only thing that leads me to concern, because they both take a lot of time. And I would prefer it to be medical if it. it were up to me. But um, that's always the thing that plays in the back of my mind.
Do you feel that sex work can devalue women in any particular way, being it so that you don't work in sex work? And I'm sure that you've chosen, any particular reason as to not to. Why do you, and I want to be very clear in asking this question,
Right.
why do you choose to work in a corporate world as opposed to the sex industry? And do you feel that those who work in the sex industry can be devalued?
I think I chose to work in the medical field because I wanted to give back to the community. And I also, I feel like I wanted to offer more of my mental abilities, and I feel like they would be more effective in the medical field. Um, I feel, yes, sometimes women can be devalued in that field because, as Candace so eloquently put it, some people look at them as just shaking ass. When she said clearly that she's doing all of those other things, but the people that probably come in there and come to see her, that's the last thing that's on their mind is her fellowshipping and her directing and doing all those other stuff. So yes, do they devalue her? Absolutely. And when they go in there and they have those thoughts like that, yes. Um, I think in just the difference just being in my field, being a woman is already the uphill battle. But I feel I just would devote more of my time to something where I'm using more of my mental and definitely something where I'm giving back to the community. My opinion, of course.
Malaysia, do you feel that you get a bad rep being a stripper in the city?
If I get a bad rap,
Yes. Or that
no,
strippers in general get a bad rep in the city? Do you
I
feel
don't get a
that?
bad rap.
Okay.
I
So
get
you
a
don't.
Me being a stripper's good for me.
Okay. Okay. Now, ladies, we all can agree that for whatever reason we chose to work in our prospective fields. Malaysia, why do you choose to strip?
Because it's fun and it kills time. That's it. And
Okay.
I make money.
It, so what about the money that you make in stripping keeps you in that field as opposed to getting a regular job per se, like working in EMS, working for PD, maybe doing some clerical work for the university?
Let's just say I make a
What?
lot more than them jobs.
Okay. Okay. Now,
Mm.
Twan, you own a strip club, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, for what reason did you choose to get in the business of owning a strip club?
Strip clubs are very cool environments. You can actually go there and enjoy yourself. You ain't gotta be. It ain't very crowded. People all over you and stuff. You can actually go to the bar, get you a drink, and you can sit there and chill and have a good conversation with a nice, beautiful young lady. And it
Okay.
takes the load off the date too. If you
Now,
want somebody just to talk to.
okay. Go ahead. Finish your point.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, I'm good.
Now, do you feel as though men patronize strip clubs to actually interact with women for a social reason, or is it more for sexual fetishes?
I'm gonna say both.
Definitely go.
Okay.
Most
Andy,
definitely both.
What are some of the things that you've encountered in the strip club working as a dancer?
Shit. In what aspect? Like, it's been many different
In the
experiences. Like,
aspect of just like the communication between men. Have you had men that
um,
are aggressive? Have you had men that actually wanted to date you? What can you
yeah.
take me through the climate of the strip club as a dancer? Like, what is it like for you when you encounter men who are in the venue that you work at?
Majority of the time it is damn or some type of reaction, like off the rip. And then it turns into, well, what's your name? Then you get into small conversation. That's probably the upside. The downside is them automatically expecting you to sleep with them because this is your choice of work.
So let's get into it. Malaysia, what is the wildest thing you've seen go down in the strip club?
Well, for me personally, somebody being naked in a maybe I shouldn't say that.
You should
Maybe I should say that.
You absolutely should.
talk
Go
about
ahead.
it.
I walked into somebody's private room, and let's just say a lot was going on.
Mm.
Oh, wow. Okay, okay. What about you, Candice?
The wildest thing I seen, the same thing.
Now, let me ask you a question. Being as though you two do work in this strip club,
Hmm.
do you ever judge the men that come through, or is it just business?
I mean, it's just business, and just like you mentioned, like fetishes or whatever. I mean, in a sense, it's one for me too. Like to, I feel like if you make a man feel good, or like make him, feel on top of the world, who's he gonna give that world to? So for me, it's like a tactic, because you still have to make money. Like you don't get too personal with it, but at the same time, you have to reach into different depths to get what you want. So I feel like it's an even trade at the end of the day.
I got a quick question to ask the ladies of the night. When it comes to your clients, have you ever at any point grown attached to any of your clients? I mean, I'm pretty sure most of your clients, but yet at the end of the night, provided the service you provide, they want to marry you, right? Or they tell you all of the
Put you in this SSC, the
yeah,
SSA check, all that.
yeah. I mean, but here's the thing, like, uh, a two-part question. Have you ever had clients want to give you the girl, where they wanted you to give them the girlfriend experience, or have you ever grown attached to any of your clients? And please be as transparent as you possibly can.
For me, that happens every night.
What happens every
They
night?
want my number. They want me to be their girlfriend.
Right,
That's why I don't really give out my number no more, because they harass me.
right.
In terms of growing attached to any man, no.
Never,
Because I
never.
don't want my man in the strip club anyway.
Right. Right. So never at any point in time has anyone that's entertained you've never grown, no type of attraction towards them.
I have.
No, he cute, and he giving me money, so thank you.
Right, right, right. So it's a business transaction for you.
Yeah.
Now, Candice, you just said you have, so can you take us
Yeah.
through that?
Yes, yes. Please elaborate.
Well, he's here. Say hello, Ryan.
What's good?
So I met Ryan. I was working at a car wash, I believe, and he was a customer. And, you just get the rapping and shit like that, and then fast forward. Oh Lord, we were almost married a few times, and obviously it's still a thing. So yeah, I've definitely grown an attachment to a customer or whatever you want to call it, a patron.
Right, right, right. Uh we have in here, what propositions do you have? Have you had being a Magic Mike stripper?
For the most part, I've had an excellent experience. Um, I've get this. I've seen both sides of the story. I was being an entertainer, and I was also being entertained in certain aspects. With that being said, I see what the females go through, and also being a dancer there, I've also experienced some of the stuff that they experience with customers or whatever. With that being said, I see some of the uncomfortable situations that can be put in depending on the conversations that's transpiring at the time. Um, yeah, I get exactly what they're saying. So
Before you met your love here, have you? I mean, you said you've had women propose to you to be, for you to give them the boyfriend experience, I'm sure. And have you grown attracted to or attached to, or is it like Malaysia where she says it's just a business transaction?
It's definitely a business transaction. You know, I try to fulfill everyone's fantasy whenever I'm on that stage. Um, I'm not looking forward to anything outside of that because, you know, of course, I'm on the clock. So my main focus is to do my job, and I do it very well.
Right, right. Uh, since we're on the topic of relationships in the strip club, Twan, you being the owner of a strip club, and you are actually getting a percentage of the money that some of your strippers make. Take me through the relationship process. I mean, have you ever been in a relationship with any of your strippers, or have any of the strippers wanted you to be in a relationship with them simply because you're the owner? Or, you know, walk us through that and walk us through the procedure of what it takes to become a stripper in your club.
Yeah, I could say I didn't, exchange numbers and had conversations and stuff like that, but I don't mix business with pleasure. That's a very wrong thing to do. One of my mottos is I don't stick my dick in a cash register.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Candy, you listening to all of this here.
Hmm.
You hear these workers in the industry speak of this merely as a business transaction, as they provide a service for the customer, sort of similar to what you do as a medical professional. They come in, they have a cut, bruise, or a laceration, and you patch them up and you send them on their way. They give you a price, and then or they pay with whatever they owe for the service rendered. When you listen to them talk of this in this way, I mean, what are your thoughts and your feelings as a medical professional? Do you think that it's the easy way to earn money when you're listening to this, or is it just a way to earn money when you hear it?
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's easy, that's for sure. Uh, um, it definitely sounds like it's a lot of work. Um, we offer services, but it's a whole different context. We're offering services for somebody's life. They're doing it for somebody's, personal their satisfaction, their physical satisfaction. And like just like the lovely gentleman over there said about giving them their fantasies. We're from the medical perspective, we're in reality, we're dealing with real things, real injuries, actually saving lives. They are entertaining lives. So I think it's a two different kinds of context
I
when it
say
comes
pop.
to services.
Right.
Medically saving lives.
Right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You are a married woman, correct?
That's correct.
Right. Okay. So let's speak in hypotheticals here. If you were single, would you ever date a stripper?
Probably not.
All right. Reasons why? Why not?
I just think that for me, I don't think I would be comfortable with that after a while. I get it, there's trust and all that other stuff. I feel that for me, I just would rather just avoid that altogether. I would rather be if I would rather be going in instead of having going in as a patron versus going in and dating somebody that is there. For myself, it just wouldn't work.
Right. 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 Okay. All right. So it all comes down to preference in that sense, correct?
Oh, most definitely.
Gotcha. Okay. Nene, we're gonna pass it over to you.
Yes, and before we get into our next topic, let's go ahead with a commercial break. La Familia Make Shop. Car trouble? Don't stress. Bring it to the family that knows cars the best. At La Familia Make Shop, we do it all. Oil changes, brakes, transmissions, engine repairs. You name it, we fix it. And we do it with honest prices and service you can trust. No gimmicks, no runaround, just quality work that keeps you on the road. So when your ride needs a little TLC, call La Familia Make Shop or stop by. We'll treat you like family because here you are.
And since we have the owner of La Familia Mech Shop, if you want to elaborate on that advertisement, please let us know.
Actually, she said exactly what I was gonna say about we treat everybody like family. That's
Great.
one thing I love about us. We do, man. That's why you see a lot of times people come to our place, just hang out. And I'll be mad about that stuff because they take up some of the bays. I'm trying to get these cars in and out, make my money, but they come want to hang out.
Right.
So it
Right.
is
Right.
what it is. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. Do you have any specials or deals with the when a person, let's say, they pull up, or is the price just the price?
Oh yeah, the price just the price.
Got it. Got it. All right, Nene, you can take us into the next segment.
So I want to take focus for a moment and give a little recognition to the strip club owner and to the male stripper, because too far often do we never kind of look at the different roles that are in a strip club. We tend to focus more on the strippers themselves and not necessarily the people that own the strip club, or, for instance, a male stripper. So I just want to give you guys a little recognition and just ask you a couple of questions about your experience. So this first question is for my Mr. Magic Mike. Have you ever stripped at a private event that got a little too personal?
Negative. I have not.
Have you ever had a customer try to take you home? And did you go?
I've had multiple
We
customers
hope
try
you
to
enjoy
take
your
me
stay over
home,
here. Turn the fuck up. Marlo.
and yes, I did not go.
Do me one more. Do me a favor. And answer that. Ask him that question again and answer that question again. I know it's technical, but we had a sound come through that kind of interrupted that.
Have you ever had a customer try to take you home? And did you go?
No, I haven't. I haven't had a customer take me home, and I have been offered multiple times to go home.
Has there ever been a time where a customer's man got jealous because his woman was like too into the show or something to the extent?
Yes, I recently had a client come in, and she was married, and I guess her and her husband was having issues or whatnot. And she didn't want him knowing that she was there or whatever. She was there with her homegirls. And long story short, he ended up meeting her outside, and they had a little altercation and broke up.
Oh, wow. And did you feel responsible for that?
I don't feel like I'm responsible for anything as far as that go. I'm there to entertain, and also, I can't control where everyone else is at the time. So
Being as though a situation like that did just occur, do you feel that women take male strippers seriously, or is it all just entertainment?
it all depends on the person, but I feel like it's all entertainment. A lot of women come there to let a lot of steam off. They may have had a long week or whatever at work. They want to, step out with the girls or whatever, and come see something different. I'm gonna say. So, yeah.
Paul in guest by the name of Colin, and he's somebody that patronizes strip clubs pretty often. And so I just want to have him come on in so that we could just ask him a couple of questions as someone who patronizes strip clubs and why he does. Colin, why do you typically go to strip clubs? When you go to strip clubs, what are you looking for?
Oh, a nice little chill vibe. I mean, it gotta be. I really go there to chill for real. Support the business. You feel me? Support the ladies, and you don't never know what they got going on.
Has there ever been a time in a strip club that you yourself have maybe got a little too touchy-feely with a stripper, or you witnessed somebody get touchy-feely with a stripper?
Oh, he asked her, could he get touchy feely? He like, yeah, what this come with? What I'm paying for? And she got disgusted and got up out of there. They kicked him up out of there quick.
Oh wow. Okay, okay. Now, for my strip club owner, would you let your son or daughter work in the industry you run?
Ooh. As a bottle person or a waitress or a bottle back, no dancing. Yeah, I don't think so.
Why
For
not?
what? Because I see how some of these guys do disrespect dancers, and I won't tolerate that. Like I don't tolerate that in my club now. So just think that's someone that my employee. Now that's my child. I have every right to do what I need to do.
So let me push
Hey,
back. Let me push back on that a little
mhm.
bit because you have a situation where you run a strip club, you have children, and if you have a kid and they wanted to take that up as their profession, you would be against that. But you run a place of entertainment where ladies of the night come and provide a service. I mean, if you don't have disrespect in your club, I mean, if your daughter works at your club, then you would be rest assured that there would be no disrespect, right? But you don't want her to work there. Don't you think that's a bit?
But honestly, truthfully, if she old enough to make that decision, and if she's mature and respectful to herself, I can let her ride.
Right, right, okay. Nini, go ahead. Continue with your questions. I just wanted to ask.
All right. So being as though he's saying something to that extent and he doesn't necessarily find too much comfort in knowing that his daughter would be in the club that he is running or would be in a club. Have you ever had to ban a customer for being aggressive with dancers?
Yes, multiple times. Oh
Can,
yeah.
can you give us an instance when that happened?
When
And
like I said, when alcohol come in effect, uh, people don't, they ain't in their right minds. They do stupid things, and they want to snatch girls off stage, stuff like that, take them to the VIP room and try to do things that the dancer don't want them to do. Oh yeah, you gotta go.
right, right. Nini, you got anything else for him?
I actually do. So I just want to spin the narrative. Now, we understand what strippers endure. Do you feel that as a strip club owner, you bear responsibility for the strippers that are in your club if something was to happen to them?
Yes, I'm very responsible for them.
What
Yes, I am.
precautions do you take as a strip club owner to ensure the safety of your dancers?
We make sure we check every individual that comes in for sure. No guns, no weapons. I mean, no knives, no bats, nothing like that. And we make sure we got security that's around the girls watching, watch what's going on. We see something that's going out of whack, they intervene very quick. And even if the girls even notice something is, this guy giving them a hard time and everything, they let us know and they gone.
Do you take any necessary precautions in dealing with the situations where dancers are being harassed or stalked by customers?
Oh yes. Yeah, yes, we do. We do that. And that's why some nights we do have to beef up our security because, we didn't got the word of this person been stalking her and all this stuff. So we make sure we outside when she arrive, go outside when she leave. Like she's very surrounded with security.
Candace, what is the biggest misconceptions people have about stripping that could not be further from the truth?
That I'll sleep with anybody that pays me money.
You ever feel that you deal with like jealous or controlling partners because of your job? Like, have you ever encountered like any women that have had issues with you in the city because they know that maybe their boyfriend or husband has patronized the club that you work at, or may have seen you in a strip club and have had issues with you interacting, with their partners, just maybe in a day to day setting?
I'm gonna say this in the most respectful way I can, but I don't see none of that.
The darkest thing that you witnessed in the club that nobody talks about?
Manipulation.
Mm.
Manipulation from whom? From customers or from the strip club owners?
I mean, I'm not gonna say the owners because the owners, they're there to overwatch. But like actually being on the floor, it comes from both sides. Because if a man, pay the right money, there are girls vulnerable enough and naive enough to go downstairs and do some shit. You know what I mean? And then as for the women, if you say the right thing, the pocket's open. Whether you
Now,
telling the truth about what you're saying to this man or not, he's gonna think that, and he's gonna pay you.
okay. Now, you did say earlier you have two other careers in the city aside from stripping. Did you find it hard to transition and find another career being a stripper in the city?
Not at all. I feel like stripping opened the door for that. Um, I wanted to get comfortable first because I knew once I go into these other fields, the money was not gonna be the same. So once I got
Okay.
to a certain amount of money, I started pursuing other things like being in the medical field, being in, law. So yeah,
Do you think the money and fast lifestyle can make it harder for a stripper to walk away?
I'm back at it. I felt like a month ago I was ready to do away with it, and here I am today, back in the same environment. So yes,
Okay, now let me dig a little further into that. You said a moment ago you were ready to walk away. What was the final moment that gave you the decision to leave?
I would say that I feel like I wasn't getting anywhere. I was real stagnant. On top of me doing, two other fields, I have businesses of my own that haven't been going anywhere. I felt like I was, trying to invest in everything else but my own craft. So the realization of my team pretty much coming to me like, well, what are we doing in each business? That kind of made me, it's like I opened this and I set it there, and it's like there's no guidance for them. So I'm putting my energy into something else, something that I birthed. It's just existing.
Now, this is a double question, and this is for you and Malaysia. Do you ever feel trapped, like you couldn't leave, even if you wanted to? Because, like you have said, Candice, you had come to a realization before that you thought you wanted to leave, but then you ended up being pulled back into the industry. Do you feel that you're trapped because of the fast money and the notoriety, the lifestyle that comes from being a stripper?
I wouldn't say trapped, but I'm comfortable with it because it's there. Like it's not going to be a time where I don't have that to fall back on. That was the first option that I chose, and like I said, it paved the way for many other things. So yeah, I don't feel trapped at all. I feel
Malaysia,
comfortable.
do you,
Yeah, I don't
Malaysia,
feel
do you
trapped
feel?
because I have enough
Okay.
money. I could quit today if I wanted to. But like Candy said, it did open a few more doors because I do work at the nail shop, and people from the strip club will come to the nail shop, so it kind of made me more money.
All right.
Malaysia's all about the money. I
All
got
about the
Hey,
money.
but shit,
yeah.
that's
I got a quick
million
question.
dollar woman.
I got a quick question for Candy. Let's say the medical profession ends for you today. I mean, yeah, and I'm pretty sure you're well to do with you and your career. But let's just say you're not well to do and you're down and out, and the last resort is to strip. Is there another way, or would you ever consider becoming a stripper, Candy?
No, I'd make another one.
You find another way. You answered that.
Absolutely.
You answered that pretty quickly. Is there any
Yeah.
particular reason why?
No, I mean it's just like, hey, it's there's you know how they say there's some for some people and there's some for others, and that just won't be for me. Hey, I appreciate the ladies and everything for what they do, but I couldn't go through it. I'm just of a different caliber. I couldn't. Yeah, money's great and everything like that, but some of the stuff they have to endure for that, I'm not doing that.
Right.
I don't think I can use my mental and physical in some other ways than that. It's just not for me.
As a woman who's married, before you got married, let's say when he was your boyfriend or suitor, fiance, whatever, would you approve or disapprove of him going to the strip club?
Mm, No, because I could do that for him at the house.
So you would disapprove. You would
Yeah,
not. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Well, what if he said, you know what, let's spice it up a little bit. Why don't you come to the strip club with me? Would you go with him?
No, he can. No. I mean, if that's what you need to spice it up, then I guess I ain't the right one for you.
Well,
you can proceed to go there, but no, I mean, I don't feel like if that's what the extra that you need is to see somebody else do that. No.
Now,
okay.
I do want to take a moment to ask this question to Colin, who's still on the phone with us. Colin, now, a lot of men go to the strip club as if it is an office setting. So a lot of men go to the strip club for drinks, for the entertainment, for the music, to just have a recreational time with friends. Do you feel that often men get judged being in strip clubs for reasons that they don't necessarily go for?
I would say yeah, but like a lot of times, like you said, I go in there and politic a lot of times. I be running into people I ain't never met, or I be like, "Hey, I got this." He be like, "I got this," and then we'll trade. You know what I mean, swap out. So definitely can get the wrong label in there. If it depend on what you doing though. So
So I want to ask the question to Candy once more. If your husband was going to the strip club to politic, as Colin was saying, would you have an issue with that because it is a strip club?
Politic. I mean, you got a politic at the strip club? I mean, I'm sorry. I just like that's you got a politic at the strip club, and that would be my rhetorical question to that. You got a politic at the strip club?
I don't have to, but see, I got a
Oh
lot of
no,
sisters
not
and
Coolin,
brothers.
not you. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I meant my husband. I mean before. Yeah, no, not you.
No,
But
I do
that
want
would
Colin
be
to answer the question, but because that could be a question that is asked to him by a partner who does have the same level of concern that you that you
okay.
also would, Candy. So, Colin, why do you have to go to politic at a strip club?
I don't necessarily have to go there to politic, but see, a lot of times I go there. So I got a lot of sisters that actually dance, and I got brothers that work security there. So when I go there, I come through the door, I throw the security 100K, throw all the dancers 100K. Like I said, I go there to support. It ain't necessarily I'm gonna be in there lounging around, sitting around. When I go in there, I go straight to the DJ booth. Unless if I ain't performing, I really ain't in the club. I'm trying to get
He
money.
ain't lying.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, let's go back to Candy real fast. So you say, politic at the strip club? I like the way you said that because it's like, okay, what if the guy that he's politicking with politics nowhere else other than the strip club? It's not his choice. He has to make this choice to go to the strip club to politic because this guy can't do anything anywhere else. Would you tell him to find a new business venture, new business partner, or would you be okay with him politicking at the strip club with that one person?
Oh, you had it right the first time. Yeah, you're gonna have to find another venture.
So
I mean, just like Coolin had mentioned, he's like, I don't have to. You're right. You don't have to. It's a choice that you're doing. That's the choice you choose. That's fine. But for me, as far as being a business venture or business partner, I feel like you can go other places.
Okay. All right. Well noted. So we got one about the money and one says no to the husband for strip clubs. We got these definites in here. It's nice.
All right, now let's go ahead and go into our next commercial break. Marlo?
Right. Yeah, I got you. So our second sponsor is Brick by Brick Law Firm and Brick by Brick Security. We got you covered. When the odds are stacked against you, you need a defense team that builds strong cases brick by brick. Whether you're facing criminal charges, civil disputes, or need legal expert advice, we fight hard to protect your rights, reputation, and freedom. Call us before you call anywhere else. Justice starts here. In Brick by Brick Security, protection you can trust. In a world full of uncertainty, Brick by Brick Security ensures your safety is never in question. From personal security to event protection at a high-risk transport, their highly trained professionals are on guard so you don't have to be. Secure what matters, protect what's yours. Brick by Brick Security. Need a defense or security? Choose a team that stands strong. Brick by Brick. Contact them today.
All right, all right. So our next segment is going to be a little game called Under the Spotlight, the Strip Showdown. So, players will take turns and you either answer a question or perform a dare or engage in a debate. So round one is truth or dare.
Ding.
For this round,
Oh Lord.
each participant will either answer a deep truth or a spicy dare. And being though we're in the studio, the dare that you choose to do is up to you. You'll learn a lot about each other, but don't get too comfortable. So, here's an example of a truth. This is for my ladies who are strippers. What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on stage?
I died.
Looking like
Oh my
John Cena.
goodness.
Well, I passed out. Excuse me.
Okay. So that was just an example. Okay. And you
Oh,
said,
my
I'm
bad.
sorry. I'm
You know when you
sorry,
look
Malaysia. You said what?
like when you look like John Cena because it's like head aching.
Mhm.
Right.
Nah.
Okay. Okay. You're having some headaches. Got you. All right. So let's go ahead and play. So we're gonna start off with our magic mic. Have you ever felt objectified as a male stripper? Tell us about a time that you felt uncomfortable.
I haven't had many moments like that, but it was a moment at a time. I was talking to particular female, and she was there right along with a few clients that I was dancing for. And the conversation kind of got real spicy to the point where she left out. She was mad and shit. So, yeah, I was real uncomfortable with that.
Okay, so that would be a deep truth. So, for my strip club owner, have you ever had to protect a dancer from a dangerous customer? And what happened?
Oh, shit. Yeah, cheating. Some cheating stuff was going on, and once we put the guy out, gunfire rang outside the club. So
Okay.
yeah,
Now
had a
we
shooting
do
going on.
have. Okay. Got you. Now we do have a live recording going on in the studio. And Malaysia and Candace, can you do a quick 30-second routine showing us how you interact with a high roller customer?
Am I supposed to be the high roller?
What?
Yeah,
Is
like
this
show
me
us
the
your
high roller?
move. So if you had a guy in the
Oh,
club who had stacks on deck, Patron on ice, how would you make your move to get your coins?
actually, I'm not in the city. My head popped and I did not know.
Okay, well, Malaysia, let's see you do your one.
Usually I don't really say much. They just look at me and know what time it is, to be
Can
honest.
you give us a quick 30-second routine of what you do when you're in the club and you're interacting with someone who is a high roller?
Um, I would need somebody to like do it.
We got three men sitting around the table.
Oh
Pick
Lord.
Two.
one.
Oh Lord.
I'm sorry, two. One of them is taken.
Cooling.
Go ahead and let's see you do your one.
Okay, so you gotta say something to me.
Okay, so Marlo,
Oh
you
Lord.
see Malaysia in the club. How would
Right.
you approach
I said cooling.
Malaysia?
Malaysia, you
I said
looking
I said cooling.
okay.
Colin is not in the city. He's on the phone.
Oh, okay.
So
You go
back to
ahead.
Marlo. Marlo, how would you approach Malaysia?
Malaysia, you're looking really good tonight.
Hell
I was
no.
like, thank you.
Oh yes.
What's your name?
Marlo. Right.
Oh, nice to meet you. What you be doing in the city?
I'm an actor and teach the acting class at the university and I make movies.
Oh, you're an actor. What did you star in?
I just a couple of things in Vinewood. I've kind of got a Vinewood star of fame, and did a couple of plays, and I won a couple of awards doing a couple of things, and I just shot Slaycation in the city.
Okay. Well, you
Raw.
gotta show me something sometime.
Well, can this be a quid pro quo? Can I show you and you show me?
Okay, 30 seconds out.
Wow. Okay. That's the 30 seconds.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
so
the
you
30
want us
second.
to talk to him? I thought you meant like do a dance.
That's what I thought. I
In
thought it
her,
was. I thought it was a
I just
For
dance.
a
come flapping that
dance.
butterfly and it's a wrap.
Yeah. Right. That's what I was asking for a dance. But however you choose in the club to interact with the customers, how you choose. Um,
So you want me to do what she just did?
Oh, you wanted to dance? That's all you have to say.
well, we
Oh,
wanted to dance, but it's okay. It's okay. Candy, how would you can't dance? I'm sorry. How would you work your set on a customer? So we'll give this one to Swan. Swan, you're not a club owner. In this instance, you're just a customer. Candy, excuse me. Make your moves on Swan.
Can we use Pablo?
What
Swan,
she
how
trying
would
to
you
do? Like,
approach somebody like Candace?
ooh,
How you doing, Queen?
Hey, Debbie.
So, do you mind giving me a dance?
What you gonna give me?
I could give you whatever you want, whatever your heart desires.
oh, this isn't fair.
Right.
Let me see.
I
You know you
got
gotta
you.
give me a little preview.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, 2 mil? Okay, I'll show you something.
Hmm.
Sit down.
I'm here. Take your time.
What's your name?
My name Paul.
My name is Candy, but you can call me Butterfly.
I love butterflies.
Oh, this one's fly too.
Mm.
And it's
Now,
chocolate. They say it's good for you.
I love some chocolate too.
All right.
Was that 30
I feel
seconds,
All
or
like
was
I'm
that
not
right.
supposed
that
to be
sound that
here.
that felt
That was
that felt like 45?
that sound like
Are we
about
not supposed to?
60.
Right. Right.
I feel like I'm not supposed to be here.
Right. Right. Huh?
I mean, that's what it takes.
Now let's go to round two. This one is called Spicy Debates. Now, this is where things get heated. Each participant picks a side and debates a controversial topic. There are no right or wrong answers, just heated discussions. So, this is to my strippers. Is it empowering to be a stripper or is it exploitation? And why?
It's empowering because I want to do it. So you can't exploit me.
Okay. Candace?
I think it's empowering because it's like, oh Lord. Okay, so back to the whole manipulation. Um, it's kind of like you let them think, you know, they're controlling shit, but you really got the upper hand. So I get a kick out of it.
I feel you. Now, Candy.
Yes, ma'am.
This question is for you. Should society respect strippers as legitimate professionals or continue to judge them based off of their career?
Oof. That's
I say
interesting.
respect them. Mm,
I mean, they definitely deserve respect. They're humans. I mean,
right.
that's general for sure. I mean, I don't think. I mean, just because I wouldn't do it or I wouldn't prefer my husband to be anywhere around that profession doesn't mean that they shouldn't deserve respect nonetheless. I think that's just general, irrespective of how I feel about it. I think they definitely
Okay.
deserve respect for the profession.
Okay. Now, this is to my magic Mike. Do you feel as though male strippers face more or less stigma than female strippers? And what is the
Mm.
biggest difference?
I feel like it's kind of balanced. Um, we both receive, negative and positive energy when it comes down to entertaining others. Um, I honestly don't see um, much of a difference when it comes down to those two categories as far as energy. You know, we both provide the same services. So, yeah, I'm going to stand on that.
Nah, I do got a question though. You be dancing with dudes, gang?
Hell nah. Hell nah.
Okay, okay.
Hell nah. It's hey. I love pussy, and pussy love me. I'ma just say that.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. So let's go on over to round three. Now this round is called Secrets Uncovered. In this round, participant reveal some of their deepest secrets or most outrageous experiences in the industry. It's all about honesty and raw moments. So this is for my ladies. What is the most absurd thing a customer has asked you to do, Candice?
Sleep with him. His
Now,
girlfriend too.
is that
Is
absurd,
that
or
absurd? Is
does
that
it come with a
because
or does it come with a
I mean, it
territory?
is
yeah,
because it's a strip club, not a brothel. Like, yeah, you don't come here to sleep with the strippers.
right. But I mean, I guess what she's asking is there something more egregious than a person asking you to sleep with you because I mean, I know you guys don't like it because it is a strip club and it's not a brothel. But a man walking up to you because you're butt ass naked and you shaking ass or whatever at that time is it's sort of like par for the course, right? Because you've had people walk up to you and you're their fantasy and they want you to be with them for the rest of their life or for the rest of the night, right? So is there anything beyond someone asking you to sleep with with them at the end of the night? That's more, I guess, more absurd than that.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all expected. Like, you gotta understand. Like, you gotta go into it expecting some bullshit, and if you don't, then it's probably not the profession for you.
Right.
As far as something being absurd, I don't put nothing past nobody, especially when it comes to being in that type of environment. Not
Okay.
saying that it's a bad one, but like I said, you gotta expect it. So I don't really have an answer for that question.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go ahead on over to our Magic Mike. Have you ever been asked something to do that crossed your personal boundary, and what was it?
Yes. Well, one of the nights I was performing, I had a young lady come in there. I guess she was a part of the Bad Girls Club at the time. And yeah, she was willing to do anything and everything to get me to come home. Um, that made me feel real uncomfortable. But at the same time, I got, you know, I received a, you know, a smile on my face for the simple fact that she was really entertained by me. So yeah.
Can I say something? I was on that show, so can you tell me who that was? Tiny Chat?
Honestly, I don't remember names. I only remember faces.
Okay, I'm just being messy. Hold on.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and we're gonna get into our final one called the hot seat. So in this round, participants reveal some of their deepest secrets and most outrageous experiences. So one person from each group, whether you are a female stripper, a male stripper, a non-stripper, or a club owner, and you will take a seat in the hot seat while others bombard you with rapid fire questions for 1 minute. So
Let's start with
let's
Candy.
flip the script. Yeah, Candy. Candy's going to be put in the hot seat. Now, what are some questions that you have for Candy? And we could start with, let's start with Twan. You being a club owner, what are some questions that you have for, or what you have for the women who work in your club if Candy was to work in your club? Candace, I'm sorry, was to work in your club.
Oh man.
Oh wait, is y'all doing me?
Yes. Candace is in a hot seat.
So I gotta
And
ask
All
her
Twan is
questions. What you say?
asking, yes,
right.
you're going to have to start a rapid fire question.
Man, I ain't honestly I ain't got no questions too. Ooh, because I ain't gonna lie, the owners don't really ask questions. They
They're
don't.
overseers.
They just yeah, they just see what's going on. They making sure. The money's right. They don't ask no questions.
I got one for you.
Okay. Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
so I always be asking the dancers this because I be grinding. So, what you consider a good night, and what do you consider a bad night? Like, you know what I mean? What you know what I mean? What it take?
The most I walked out of there with is 11 mil one night. A bad night is anything less than 5 mil.
All right.
Okay. We'll just go around the panel. So, Magic Mike, what are some questions that you have for him, Candace? You know, him working in your profession. Now, you are a female stripper, he's a male stripper. So, although you are a part of the same world, the sentiment is a little different, with him being a male entertainer. So, what are some questions that you have for him, especially being his partner and him working in the industry?
I'm not his partner. That's my man. We're not together. Um, I have no problem with that. I fully support it. If I'm not mistaken, I think I introduced him to that side. Um, a question I would have is like, is it hard to like resist some of the stuff that they say to you or like ask you to do?
At times it is tempting, but like I said before, whenever I'm on the clock, that's all I'm worried about is making money and also providing entertainment. All that extra curriculum stuff, you know, we could say that for outside of the job and talk about it maybe then. But, 9 times out of 10, I'm not entertaining it.
Okay.
Okay, and we're gonna finish this one with Candy. So, what are some questions that you'd have for Candy? Anybody on the panel can take this. Being though she is not in the industry and she has chosen to live her life in a professional setting. Candy did have some sentiments about the strip club and just things that she would not necessarily do. Do you have any questions for Candy?
You asking me if I have questions for her?
Anybody on the panel?
Oh,
So, ain't no amount that'll make you go work at the strip club. 100 mil.
What did you say? 100 mil?
Yeah.
No, I'm a business owner. Money's not a problem. I have a business to fall back outside of the medical field.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, say for instance, your husband want to provide a male stripper to perform for you. Would you
Right.
allow that to happen?
Ooh, that's spicy.
cool.
That's a great question.
You know what?
A wonderful
That actually is a great question. It is because in my mind, my first thing, I'm in that moment of honesty, I would say yes, but then when I would take a minute and think about it, and then I would say no. I would say no only because sure he would get the male stripper and everything, and I just know my husband, and male stripper be doing all that because it's funny because he used to do dances like that for me even while we met. You know what I mean? And while the moment would probably be fun for me, I don't think he might say he's okay with it, but I don't think he would be. I think later down the road it wouldn't be kind of thing, and so I just would just be like no. But my original intuition would be yeah, sure. But because of that, no, I would say no.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Let's go ahead before we.
I'm saying,
Before we wrap it up, let's take somebody else.
yeah. Is there anyone else that has a question for our business lady here? All right, I guess not. All right, back to you. Back to you.
Well, before we wrap it up, let's go on over to our next commercial break.
You want to take it or you want me to take it?
I can take it.
Okay.
Put it up.
I do have a question.
Oh, Malaysia, you have a question for Candy?
Yeah, I do have a question.
All right, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
So earlier when you was explaining something, you did say like you were on a different caliber than a stripper. So my question to you is, do you think you're above strippers because you work in the medical field and they're a stripper?
No, I think I'm in a different caliber. Yes. Like I was saying, I know earlier they were talking about I know you guys were talking about how you save lives and stuff. I said we do it in a different context. So I believe the same applies there too as well. Because I definitely don't think I'm the medical field is better than everybody. You do provide services. That I can't take away from you. I just say it's just a different context. So that doesn't give me the right to think that I'm better than you or anybody just because I'm in the medical field. It's a different field. But again, it is a service. It's just a different type.
Okay.
Boom. I like that.
All right, well, let's get into our next ad. Are you looking for the ultimate event experience? Step into a world of vibrant colors, sweet vibes, and unforgettable memories at Candyland Events. Whether you're planning a birthday dash, corporate party, or any special celebration, Candyland Events brings your vision to life with custom themes, top-tier entertainment, and flawless coordination. From dream-worthy decorations to jaw-dropping surprises, let us transform your event into something out of this world. Book your next event at Candyland Events now and create memories as sweet as candy.
Oh.
Right. And we have the owner of Candyland Events. So you care to elaborate on your business there?
She said a mouthful. I mean,
Okay. All
I
right.
appreciate that.
All
That's
right.
it.
Sounds good. And we have one more ad we have to get out there that we have to because for they're bound to us. It's H Town Cabaret where the night comes alive. If you're looking for the ultimate nightlife experience, H Town Cabaret is where the vibes are elite. The drinks are flowing and the entertainment is unmatched. Beautiful dancers that bring the heat, top shelf drinks and VIP bottle service, the best music to keep the night going. A grown and sexy atmosphere where you won't find it anywhere else. Whether you're celebrating, unwinding, or just looking for a night to remember, H-Town Cabaret is the spot. Pull up, throw some cash, and let the good times roll. Book your VIP experience now. H-Town Cabaret. All right, Nene, back to you.
Oh.
All right, all right. Well, I think it has been a very interesting night. And first and foremost, I'd like to thank our panel for coming out.
Absolutely.
I have a few takeaway questions. After tonight's conversation, what is the biggest takeaway for you, Candy?
That these ladies and gentlemen be as past their profession. They deal with a lot. I definitely am even more respective of them because they go through even more that I wasn't aware of course, because I mean it's not that I didn't ask, it's just that it's personal stuff for them, and to have to go in there and, like, Candace said earlier, have to be ready to deal with the bullshit. I can't imagine having to do that all the time when you get ready to go on the job, be expecting that. So listen, I give them all the credit, but I did definitely learn a lot today, for sure.
Your hope for the future of the dancers and the overall culture of strip clubs here in H Town.
I took my hat off to y'all for getting out there and doing y'all thing. Seriously. Because I couldn't do it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all do a good job up there. Besides the guy, I never seen him, so. No, will not. Mm.
Right.
Now, this is for my dancers, both male and female. What do you want listeners to think about or do after hearing this episode?
Open them pockets. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, just understand from both sides. Like, nobody's saying you have to necessarily agree with it or, you know what I'm saying, indulge in it. But, just understand that this is just what we chose. Just like you go and do your daily 9 to 5 or whatever it is, this is what we choose. Nobody's being forced to do it. Nobody's being antagonized or anything like. Well, we do get antagonized, but it's not to a point where okay, I'm saying I'm just gonna do this because somebody said do it. This is our choice, and respect it.
All right. Well, I
Yeah,
thank
I
you all
agree.
so much. I would love for you all to plug yourselves. Let's go around the table. Malaysia, how can they find you in the city of H Town?
You can find me at the strip club. You could catch me at the nail salon, Harm Salon, Postal 8008. Um, Instagram official Malaysia, Twitter official Malaysia, and yeah.
Candy, how can they reach you?
Yes, you can reach me at Los Santos Customs. I'm a manager there at 7231, or you can also reach me on Birdie. My name is 600 Trap. So yeah.
Okay, that one was for Candy. So I'm going to come back around to you and I want you to repeat exactly what you just said. But I'm speaking to Candy, who is on my right.
That's what I
Candy,
thought.
how can they find?
I,
Yeah.
I thought I heard.
I'll
I thought I
I'll,
heard Candy. When I heard him speaking, I went the camera over him.
You, I'm
it's
sorry.
okay. I'll ask the question again.
Uh-huh.
Candy, how can they find you in the city of H Town?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I am the director. If you ever come to the hospital, I am the director of one of the directors of Houston Medical. I also own Rusty's at Postal 7089, as well as Secura Photo Studios at Postal 7162.
All right. Now, Mr. Twan, how can our listeners find you on social media or in the city of H Town?
In the city, you can find me at La Familia, VU, Chill Burger, or just about anywhere in the city, honestly. When I'm on Birdie, it's Twan Grand 5.
Okay. Mr. Magic Mike, where you be at?
You can locate me at LS Customs. It's the postal code is 7231, or you can also find me on Birdie. My name is Trap 600.
All right. And last but not least, Miss Candace Kane. Where you at, Miss Lady?
Well, you can catch me a few places. My birdie is Candy, Kandyy. Um, you can catch me at Lady Dallas. You can catch me maybe picking you up at EMS. You can catch me across from your defense attorney. And of course, at my events.
All right. And Mr. Colin, our caller, thank you so much for calling and listening in.
Thank you.
Where can people find you? Mr. Colin, I know that you are a rapper in the city. What you got going on? Where can our listeners catch up with Colin?
Oh man, you can hear me on your radio. You just turn your car radio on. You feel me? I be at Harmony 4025 anytime you need your car fixed. I be at Harem Salon. I'm the manager over there too. You catch me and me and Miss Malaysia over there. We be together a lot of times, so you probably catch us together.
All right, all right. Well, thank you so much. Before we go, I just want to clear the floor for any closing remarks. Anybody who just like to say something as we're heading out, go ahead and speak your piece.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out here to the panel tonight and sharing your time and really being patient before we got started. It was a really long wait, and I just want to say I appreciate each and every last one of you guys' time. And to let you guys know, no matter what the profession is, women, men, strippers, people that are not in the stripping industry, that everybody deserves respect for the choices that they make. So, and one thing that we didn't have in this panel is we didn't have a tearing down of professions. It was very, very informative, and it was very, very uplifting for people to hear their perspectives from their ends, from the jobs that they do. And, I think we all can walk away from this whole thing having learned something. So I appreciate that.
I wanted to say something.
Okay.
I feel like hearing from the other side is also beneficial. A lot of times we say we don't care what people think and stuff like that, and most of the time we don't. But it does cross your mind, like, how does everybody else view me? And then with being in a different, it's a broad, area of career. So being on one side and then on another, because I do feel like they are highly separated. Um, you kind of see how they mix, I guess. They're different, but they're the same, is what I'm saying.
Right.
All right, any other closing remarks?
I just want to say to anybody watching the podcast, if you do look down on strippers, just know that you probably will never see the money I see. Continue to work your 9 to 5, and yeah, jealousy is a disease. That's law.
Damn.
All right.
All
Nene.
right.
Nene.
I'm trying to see where to go after something like that,
Her
but
I'm
flyers
not
are
trying. I was like,
gasted.
Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for having me.
Hey, this has been the Midnight Mike, and I mean, I think that comment just Mike dropped it. So let me.
Drop the
well,
mic.
that is all the time we have for tonight, H-Town. We've had some real talk tonight about women, about careers, about men also who work in the entertainment industry, adult entertainment industry, and the men who also own them, the women who don't work in the industry, and about judgment. Let's be clear. The world may try to define us, but we define ourselves, no matter the industry, no matter the hustle. Thank you to all of our guests for being brave enough to speak out and share their truth. This conversation doesn't end here. Catch us next week for more raw, real discussions. Until then, remember, you are a queen. You are a king, no matter where you come from. We'll see you next time on the Midnight Mike.
Midnight Mike. Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Thank y'all.
Bye.
Yeah, appreciate that.